Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. This is Nur Amira and welcome to Bamboo Airline Flight EAR 3234 from Kaet to Laos. This flight will have 4 transits in Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand and Myanmar. In the meantime, sit back, relax and enjoy the rest of the flight. Again, welcome aboard. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived in Malaysia. When talking about Southeast Asian architecture, what comes to your mind? It is the Ministry of Defense in Thailand, or the famous Royal Palace, Laos, or perhaps the bold Gaudau Palin Temple in Myanmar. All answers are correct. They all represent their own identity, representing the Southeast part of architecture. And most importantly, we all agree that we can differentiate this building as they successfully portray their country identity. On this task, we will share our findings and studies of all the buildings chosen according to each theme. The chosen building is Masjid Ubudiah, located at Kuala Kansa, Perak. There is a big dome covering the main prayer hall, as well as 5 smaller domes. The architectural style applied is Indo-Saracenic style. Next, the second theme is vernacularity, which is a legacy beyond time, which the building timeline period was in the pre-colonial era that includes traditional building. The chosen building is the Kuala Kansa Royal Museum. It was built in 1926 for Sultan Iskandar Shah by a Malay carpenter. Previously, this place was known as Valley Palace and today it became the Royal Museum of Perak. In terms of architecture design, Istana Kenangan represents traditional Malay architecture. Its structure is completely made of hardwood with wooden tight wall and plank roof tiles. The carving ornamentation represents the traditional design. This is paired with dinding tapas or known as bamboo wall with diamond-shaped pattern. And the last theme is majestic symbolism, affinity beyond boundaries from pre-colonial to post-colonial era. KL Railway Station, located at the center of Kuala Lumpur City. The architectural style is Raj style, which blends the Western and Mughal architecture comparable to Moorish Revival or Indo-Saracenic architecture. The main station design was adopted by westernized vernacular design that is surrounded with veranda and segmental arch and totally covered with plaster and paint. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at our first transit, Indonesia. For the first theme, the building is Sultan Surian Shah Mosque. It is the oldest mosque in South Kalimantan. Built about 300 years ago, between 1526 to 1550, the roof is layered, showing Banjar's pre-Islamic architecture. The mihrab has its own roof separated from the main building. The second theme is Rumah Adat Tunkunantura Desa Palawa. The Tunkunantura vertical structure is divided into 3 parts, which are Rantian Banua, Kale Banua, and Suluk Banua. The main material is uru wood, and the roof is made of bamboo, and the shape resembles a boat. The third theme is Istana Pagaruyung. The architectural style reflects the philosophy of Minangkabau culture. The walls and the pillar were carved by highly skilled craftsmen. The pole is steel to serve the pillars in the Pagaruyung Baba Palace that can withstand the earthquakes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at Thailand.
For the first theme, the chosen building is Wat Pra Patubat Saraburi, the temple of the Buddha footprint. It is an important Buddhist site. The temple was founded during the early 17th century. A triple staircase flanked by Naga balustrade leads to the top. The mandap, that is an enclosed square building, is set on a marble platform. For the second theme, the building is Kamting House located in Bangkok. The teakwood house was originally built in Chiang Mai in the mid-19th century on the east bank of Ping River. The timber house with its characteristic calais or V-shaped wooden carving at the apex of the gable is regarded as one of the rare examples of traditional Lanna architecture and art. The third building is Ministry of Defense located in Bangkok, Thailand. It is one of the historical buildings in Bangkok and in the heart of the historic Ratanakosin Island. As for the architectural style is the new paradigm style of the new classical movement that was built in the front soldier barrack. At the front part of the building, it has a bronze cannon.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at our final transit, Myanmar. The first theme is Gaudau Palin Temple, located in Bagan, Myanmar. It is the second tallest temple in Bagan. As for the architectural style, it is belong to Hollow Goose style as they are structured used for meditation, devotion worship of the Buddha, and Buddhist rituals. As for the facade, the temple layering with square tower, conical spire, and umbrella at the upper part of the temple. It also has several stupas with small details on the upper terrace, and they also use bamboo scaffolding to wrap the sikara, which is spire, to repair damage because of the earthquake in 2016. And the second theme is Sue Garden Pagoda, located in Yangon, Myanmar. It is considered as the oldest pagoda in the world. As for the architectural style, it has a symmetrical plan layout with octagonal base at the center. The symbolic of this pagoda is they use 76 karat gold and 100 of golden bells attached to the umbrella. As for the main building, it has the largest golden stupa and composed by several parts and level rising from the shape of octagonal base. The third theme is High Court Building, located in Yangon, Myanmar, and hosted the British Court until 2006. The architectural style is neoclassical. As for the details, it has typical round mid-length stair parts from British design as a newel cap, and for British influence in the column and balustrade design along the interior. And the last one is European type of handrails along the stairs. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at our destination, Laos.
The first theme is Wat Pao at Champasak province. It is a ruined Khmer Hindu temple complex built in the 5th century, but the surviving structure dates from the 11th to 13th centuries. The temple has buffoon-style carving as Buddhism decoration, and the walkway bordered by stone pillars connecting the temples. For the second theme, the building is Satri House located at Luang Prabang near Mekong River. This house was built in 1904 and the architectural style was influenced by French colonial style. It was built from brick and stucco with pitch tiles roof and wooden shuttered windows. And for the last theme, the building is the Royal Palace Museum, which is also located in Luang Prabang. This building was built in 1904 during French colonial era, which blend Laos traditional style and French books art style. This building has 3 main parts, which are front wing, middle part, and back wing.
In Surah Al-Rum, verse 9, it is mentioned, "Have they not traveled through the earth and observed how was the end of those before them? They were greater than them in power, and they plowed the earth and built it up, more than they built it up. And their messengers came to them with clear evidences, and Allah would not ever have wronged them, but they were wronging themselves." The Holy Quran promotes construction or preservation to allow and sustain the ability to conduct acts of worship within a responsive man-made environment. Some scholars thought of urbanizing the surrounding environment as an act of worship, since urbanization and architecture serves the good and benefit of all. The reward continues and includes all stakeholders who were involved. The importance of conservation stretches beyond history. It retains the identity of the community in the region. Thus, heritage buildings must be preserved as they evoke a sense of belonging in the community heart.
We have arrived at our destination. Hope you enjoy your journey with us. Once again, this is Noamira representing my cabin crew members and friends Naja Nabila, Akila Aziz, Aisha Aina, Tuan Rashikin, Sarah Aina, and Hasanin Abdurrahman.
signing out. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.